Back with another One Piece chapter, chapter 1139, Mountain Eater. Again, we got Who's Who on the cover page, and it looked like he got some people apprehended. Now I'm reading the cover story. Onichild Yamato in the Holy Inara Shrine Pilgrimage, Volume 25, Two Rebels Apprehended. So we'll find out who these rebels are eventually. I don't know if they're going to be relevant, but hey, nice to see who's who. Nice to see who's who. All right, let's move on. Who's by Noda? I'm about to butcher this name. I'm gonna let y'all know now. Sorry. I finally got to meet Suzuki Toshio after ages. That Ghibli vibe is so great. Oh, is it the Studio Ghibli animators or writers? That's dope. That's dope. All right. You see, I'm buckling up. We gotta buckle up because Oda just hit us with whatever, and we just gotta go with it. So, all right. The key hunt continues. So we back at OS Castle or Ours Castle, however you say it. I'm gonna say it how I think it sounds. So Ours Castle, with Luffy, Nami, Zoro, Road, and the mystery person. Okay, so we still got the mystery person we gotta figure out. Um, the one that knocked down the giant, the Mountain Eater. What? Hey, he the Mount. Let me just read, cause if he the Mountain Eater, bro, Oda, you's a wild boy. Oda, you's a wild boy. All right. At this rate, we'll still be looking after sundown. Just how big is this castle? Those guards were no help either, honestly. The only ones who probably know where to find what we're looking for are a few of the graybeards like Elder Jaru. Oh, Sword Grams. I wonder if he'd tell me if I ask. There's no way he would. Just trying to free Loki is a heinous crime. If we haven't decided if we're gonna let him, we haven't decided if we're gonna let him go yet. You're no fun, Zoro. So Zoro is literally being the conscience behind Luffy right now because Luffy does not care not one bit. He ready to let him out. You're no fun, Zoro. Nami here over here. What is that? Uh, roll gulps. Hmm. What is this? A red carpet, the mark of nobility. Could that be the throne room? Pardon the intrusion. Wow, it's all smashed up. This rubble looks more recent. Oh, so this is where this is clearly where Shamrock and Gunko originally appeared. But I was thinking that symbol in the middle of the room would disappear. I didn't think it would still be there. From my understanding, unless that's been there before, and that's not the same area where those guards was at. I might have to go back to really look at that because that's actually interesting. I kind of hinted at the Gorosei getting rid of King Ja Rule, but this is more. This is just more evidence to that. If their emblem, if this symbol, like this summoning circle, whatever they want to call it in One Piece, if it's here in the throne room and they didn't go to the throne room, this will say a lot. So I do believe that's where they went though. So this rubble looks more recent. There's a hole in the ceiling. This is the throne room, all right. But I must say, what is the meaning of this mark? Mark where? See it now. I've seen these in books before. It looks like a magic circle. What's that? They apparently use them in rituals to summon demons in some countries. Huh? Does that really work? You can see the runes around it. Beats me. What's this thing doing here in the throne room? I must say it's creepy. I feel like I saw something like this recently. Straw Hat Luffy. Huh? Who's there? Is it a demon? No way. Who said that? I must say I couldn't be a vengeful spirit. Yeah, I must say it couldn't be a vengeful spirit, could it? I've been wanting to meet you. Stay calm, stay calm. Who are you? Show yourself. The demon was summoned. Castle really is cursed. Let's get out of here before we possessed. Wait, don't run, Road. Wait. Oh, stop, son. No, hold up. Hold up. Hold up. If this is Scalpa Gabon, this yo, it's an axe. Wasn't that Scalpa Gabon weapon? No, it's Scalpa. It gotta be. They throw an axe at Road and I guess Luffy, I guess. The have him stop. No, it's Road and Nami. Road actually dropped Nami and looked like Zoro. Yeah, don't drop us. And Zoro catches her, catches Nami, with maybe the help of Luffy. I can just see Luffy's arm is stretching, but I don't see where he. Whatever. Thanks. Hey, there's someone on the throne. I must say I'm terribly sorry, Nami Tasso. You're dead. Oh, and I guess that's speaking of Road. Sir, what are you doing here? Human resident of Elbath, ex-president, Yasan. The age is right, but that's clearly not Shiki. That's Kappa Gabon. I ain't Shiki. The clothing and everything, it's given what I believe Kappa Gabon is supposed to look like with a few years of age on him. But I think his hair was like brown or black or something back when we saw the flashback. So it makes sense if he got older, it'd be white. Um, and human resident of Elbath, ex pirate Yasan. I felt a strange surge of hockey coming from here earlier. Looks like I missed whatever caused it. But I'm glad I found you all instead. I heard rumors about you, Straw Hat Luffy. They say you defeated Kaido. It's been ages since I've been to Wano. I'd love to go again. Oh wow, sir, huh, sir, yeah. Most people on Elbath call him Yasan. Didn't you meet Miss Ripley when you went to the school? He's her partner. Oh, he's the dad of that big pipsqueak. Big pipsqueak. Well, you ain't wrong. So you've already met Colin and Ripley. The boy's giant blood running strong. He's always been too big for me to hold. Can you believe he's 20? What? And Ripley is 80 years old. She's even older than I am. Marrying a giant doesn't make sense. Not if I'm the only one that's getting old. No kidding. To think someone like you exists. Love knows no bounds. Mixed race people have existed throughout history. Buccaneers. Whoa. Buccaneers. Dosundadas. Dosundadas? What is that? What is that? Wotons. Long necks, long leg. What is Dosanadas? Such hybrids are rare and often struggle to thrive on their own, but in every era, there has always been those who are more flexible, if you know what I mean. Wotons? What? But I'm still heavy on this. Gotta be Scappa. You seem like an expert. Just who are you? I'm the missionary of love. I bet Sanji ends up like him when he's older. Oh yeah, yeah. It's too many parallels. This Scalper. If you go be the third hand of your, if you're gonna be the left hand, let's go with that. The left hand of the captain. You gotta be Scalper, and rarely is the right hand. And that's it. Only makes sense. It only makes sense. We so close to the end. We've been asking for Scalper for like 10 years at this point. Like this, it's about time. Anyway, old dude, we're looking for the key to free Loki. I must say, you shouldn't just blurt something out like that so casually. Why would he know anyway? Oh, forget it. I said that. It's too late. Uh-oh. Loki, huh? Interesting. Troublemakers, are you? I love it. What a vindictive old cool. Just keep it to yourself, okay? Hey yo, I think all of the qualities of a troublemaker that Roger has like kind of passed along through the ages just made his way to Luffy, and Rayleigh and Scalpa love it. He just caused trouble. He ain't nothing but trouble. He go literally blurt it out and go tell the man, "Oh, forget I said that." Oh man. Oh. Rumors were made to spread, Missy. Told you to quit it. Do you know what kind of man Loki is? What will you do if things go south? Beat him to a pulp and lock him back up. The ones who locked him up before was none other than red haired Shanks. Until that point, no one was able to stop him. Do you know what kind of power Loki wields? If there's even a slight chance of him running amok, have you thought how many casualties will hang on? Well, the key's not gonna find itself. And this old town, it sounds like he's gonna go on for a while. Hey, what a waste of time. Guys, we should take warnings like this more seriously. They started walking off. Luffy and Zoro probably some of the most disrespectful people of all time. They just started walking off because they thought it was a long story. Hey, yo. They immediately just turned around. They not worried about none of that. Wow. Bro gotta apologize for him. This is hilarious. My sincerest apologies, sir. Yeah. They're huh? I'm sick of all your warnings. You scared of what? That's not it. Oh yeah, that's Scabba. We got confirmation. We got confirmation, baby. I don't know. I got some clips out that said I thought it was Scalpa, but it's pretty. It was either Chigi or Scalpa, and Scalpa was the logical choice out of everything. But you can see an outline of Roger, Rayleigh, and Scalpa right here. I'm sick of all your warnings. You scared of what? That's not it. If you want to stop me, you'll have to use force. We're just putting out the risk, Roger, you dumbass. Hey, Road, give that throne a push. What? It looked like Luffy and Zoro have already won over Scappa Gabon. Like he was already over the moon that he got to meet him. But this the cherry on top. He was like, dog, y'all are hilarious already. Already. Didn't even listen to this man warning. Didn't care. Said, okay, if it's casualties, okay, this man can go along. We gonna walk off. That's hilarious, bro. Just a little like hold up. Like yo, Scalper was really trying to tell them, like, hey, what if it's casualties? And they wasn't interested, not one bit. They just said, all right, you'll take it too long. Shut up. All right, let me continue because I can't even get over it. That's hilarious. Did you know there were two other monstrous fighters on the Pirate King's crew besides Roger? It wasn't just really. That's right. One time, when Captain Roger needed to recuperate, that man accompanied him to a hospital deep within the mountains. Unfortunately, enemy pirates surrounded the hospital trying to capture them. But that one man, armed with nothing but his two axes, fought off 100 of them by himself. One man with just two axes. And that's not even the craziest part. When the battle was over, not a single tree was left standing. He stripped the entire mountain bare. What? That's next level deforestation. Hey, Oda is in his bag this chapter. Oh man, he know goddamn well we ain't really worried about all this. We want to figure out this goddamn mural, but it's all good. That's how he got the name Mountain Eater. Mountain Eater Scappa Gabon. Not the Mountain Eater I was thinking about, but I think it still fit. I think it still fit. Cause Ripley seemed happy. I'm just saying. Saying. Everyone knows that tale. He rivaled Vice Captain Silver's Rarely and was known as the left hand of the Pirate King. Scott Cabal. All right, so we finally got confirmation, real confirmation. Somebody verbally saying it. I figured that Elbath would be a great island to introduce Scappa and like put him into the story because a lot needs to happen through Scalper. You had Rayleigh's help. Rayleigh is going to still be around, but you can't just keep incorporating Rayleigh every single time. It doesn't work. So you gotta have somebody else you can incorporate on this island while Rayleigh is making sure the Kuju pirates and why am I losing? Boa Hancock, the heavy princess. I don't know why I just blanked. Yeah, but while Rayleigh is making sure that Boa Hancock and the Kuja pirates are okay, it's crazy to think. Sidebar. Actually, I'm gonna come back to this. That's a good sidebar. Let me. Yeah, I ain't gonna write nothing down. I'm gonna remember this. All right. Was known as the left hand of the pirate king. Hidden room is it the treasure chamber? I love you, Yasai. Treasure. Sir, yeah. How do you know about this place? I love to explore. Oh, a treasure. A treasure chest room. Why is it just the chests are all empty? Why is it just the chests? Why is it just the chests? They're all empty. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Well, it used to be a treasure chamber. You liar, don't blame me. This is an abandoned castle. It's only natural for thieves worm their way in at some point. Still, take a look at this. Boy, the key. A prize not even the thieves were willing to take. Yay. In other words, even the bad guys don't want Loki freed. So you still want it, huh? What? You heard me. He's been living here on Elbaf for over 20 years now. No way. The living legend who stood shoulder to shoulder with Roger and Rarely, the Pirate King's left hand, Scapa Gabon. If you want it, you'll have to get past me. So they better scrap. Scapa and Luffy better scrap. Oh, that's better. Scapa better get the great toe off his ass. But hey, I'm all for it. Hey, let Scapa know you really like that. I ain't let him know. He all for it. He ready for it. Um, he's here. And it look like it's a note down here. Break next week. Oh god, Oda, you've been on a run. It's okay. Oda, get your rest. Rest those fingers, brother. Like whatever you gotta do. Take a rest because we need time to go through all of this. But the first thing I wanted to get to, you notice how Rayleigh found somebody from the Kuja pirates and the Kuja like islands to settle down with. Scalpa Gabon found somebody from Elbaf to settle down with. It's just very interesting for those two. I wanted to get put Roger in there, but I don't know much about Ace's mother like that. I don't. We don't get that much other than she was damn strong for holding him for so long. But they definitely seek out powerful partners. Clearly. We finally got the reveal that the hidden figure, the person that's been on Elbaf for the last 20 years, has been Scopper Gaban, um, the Mountain Eater, not because of Ripley, but because he deforested a whole mountain. Oh, I see what you did there. I'm not going. You the man, Oda. All right. It looks like that. Somebody, I guess maybe it was the newspapers, or really did get in touch with Scappa Gaban about Luffy. Well, just Luffy just rocking around this straw hat. Just had all the former pirates like put up their ears. And something that I had to go back and like rediscover that really like put me on this whole it's gotta be Scappa Gaban thing. Like I think in the manga and the anime, Shanks said he got the chance to catch up with old friends. And I think a lot of people automatically throw to Dory and Brogy. But I'm like, if you're gonna say old friends, while Dory and Brogy they were fighting on Little Garden for the last couple of years. Like they didn't care. But if it's somebody that you're gonna actually spend extra time with, no matter what, it had to be one of the former Roger Pirates on this island. So when Shanks was here, he got to meet up with Scappa and then talk and chit chat about old days and old times, this, that, and the third. So it's funny to Scappa now that Shanks' apprentice is now here, the one that we have been waiting to see, because Rarely felt the same way. And clearly, Shanks goes around most likely telling people about this kid who has the straw hat now. So it's a nice little callback to that. Um, I need to go back to whenever the Guard Knight showed up to really identify this summoning circle. Okay, so yeah, it's confirmed that summoning circle is that summoning circle was left by Shamrock and Gunko in the throne room. And it looked like they just broke their way out. But they were definitely in the throne room, and those guards came in there to stop them. So that is the same room, but they weren't privy to the hidden entrance behind the throne. Only special people knew about that. Clearly, Scott makes sense why he would know about it. Um, I'm pretty sure if it was not him, maybe the Roger Pirates robbed them. Who knows? Who knows? It could have been anybody. I don't know who's brave enough to go rob the Elbath Giants, but some crazy people, you know. Best parts about this chapter, uh, it was clear as day as soon as you saw the axe being thrown that it was um, Scappa Gabon, the left hand of the Pirate King, Goldie Roger. Just the comparisons to lead up, him being Colin's father, husband, or partner to Ripley, it all makes sense. Him having lore on Elbath also makes sense. He fits. I said it had to be somebody of his stature, of his like acclaim to actually be on this island. It only makes sense. It only makes sense. Shiki, that's just a pipe's dream. I'm happy how we got Shiki early on, and he wasn't that strong. He got beat by Gear Third, and it's okay. It's okay. We don't need Shiki unless he get yeah. We don't need Shiki. I'm happy with Scappa Gabon. This has been year after year when we have brought up this man's name and he has not shown up. Now, now we finally have him, and we have him for the entire arc. I don't think Scappa's going anywhere. Um, so real key things I do want to touch on. Scappa is like really nuanced in how he's approaching the Straw Hats and freeing Loki. Um, Luffy does not care. Zoro is a little bit Zoro is thinking about it way more than Luffy is. Luffy has given up on thinking that Loki's a bad guy because I think he gets a pretty good sense of him, and I do believe Loki is going to be Luffy's ally going down the line. Based off of everything that we know about them and their similarities, and the mural, where it's clear as day that a Loki-like figure is fighting along Sun God Nika. That's just it. They have to partner up in some way. Um, and another tidbit I want to say about the mural. I don't really have a big theory about the mural. It wasn't brought up in this chapter. We haven't seen that entire thing. We don't even go back to the Harley text or the mural. See what Oda did there. So he's definitely hiding some things from us in the mural, and we'll get that maybe next chapter after the break for him to touch up on things. But in the mural, I think people were saying like at the bottom, oh, that's the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. I think that entire mural with them fighting that figure that's holding what it looks like maybe the mother flame or that sun that's attainable. I believe all of them are the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Like I don't think it's just a certain part of them that's the Grand Fleet. I think all of them are the Straw Hat Grand Fleet now. But y'all tell me what y'all think on that. I think everybody in that picture is a part of it. I don't think it's just secluded to one area of that pop up like that picture. I think all of them are included under that banner at a certain point because if we remember correctly, Fishman Island is flying Luffy's flag. I don't know about Wano, but Wano seems like it's going to be a place that flies Luffy's flag. That say they represent Luffy. So we going to see about that. But I think all of them eventually, even some of Elbaf, people that are on Elbaf, we already got Elbaf giants that fly under Luffy's banner, and I think Loki is going to be the next part that is an addition. He's nice and crazy like everybody else on his crew, and being nice and crazy is clearly sign of greatness. We've seen all the feats from Garp and on Hachinosu fighting Kuzan. I don't even think he went there to. I don't think he went there to win. I think he went there to be crazy, which Luffy does. And clearly, from Scappa Gaba's memory, Roger was a crash out too. He didn't care. He wasn't worried about warnings. He wasn't worried about being cautious or none of that. They all are crash outs. They do not care. And I think that is why you can see Scappa grinning from ear to ear. He is grinning ear to ear to see if somebody is really willing to take up the mantle that Gold Roger had left behind. And Luffy fits the bill. So of course he wants Luffy to get past him to get it. And Luffy might have to touch him up, and it's okay. He could take it. He could take it. But he getting touched up regardless. But this was a great short chapter. No, oh yeah, yeah. Great short chapter. Nami isn't being won't be able to raid the treasure room or this treasure room at all, sadly. But I do think she'll be able to get something valuable off of Elbaf by the end of it. Elbaf has way too much lore and history for something valuable not to come across. Um, Even down to technology, like you can make rainbows, bro. Like I want one of them things. Let me get one of those. With her knowledge of weather and everything, she could find a way to apply it. I said that earlier when it came across. But like I said, the funniest moment in this chapter is when Luffy and Zoro was didn't even want to hear another old person, another old head rambling on and on. They gave him about two questions, and they thought he was about to go on a long speech, and they was like, "Yeah, we done talking to you," and they legit turned around on Scalper, like the disrespect, the lack of like caution it's like hinting at these great pirates because they don't care. They all about exploration. They were doing what they want. But yeah, Luffy was over it, and And even Zoro said, "What a waste of time!" Like they did not care. They don't show elders respect. Don't nobody get respect around the Straw Hats. They don't. They don't. It's hilarious. So all of the Straw Hats are finding out that Scappa is on this island at the same time, presumably. I want to know what leads them into turmoil and panic because I do want to see where we left off on last chapter was Shamrock and Gunko and them thinking about bringing reinforcements. Um, Reinforcements gonna cost y'all a little bit, to be honest. So who y'all deciding to bring? Because they getting their asses handed to them. The third wheel, unless it's like I don't know, an admiral. I don't know. I don't even see them having a good time fighting Sun God Nika either. So it's a lot of things in this chapter. This is a nice, great, short lived chapter. Um, the equivalent to Sanji has finally arrived in the story, and he even has parallels to an older Sanji, which is a great take and a great little tidbit that we get from Luffy himself. So now we never got that really in Zoro kind of like clicked like that. We never got that, but Rayleigh gotta be that guy. And we just still don't know all the stories about Rayleigh, but this was a great chapter. I'm glad that we got this, but we are focusing on Loki. Loki is the problem in this arc. Now, Scappa is making it clear to us that he isn't that bad of a guy. He just needed to be stopped at one point by Shanks. Now you got somebody of pretty much of Shanks level as a Yonko that can actually stop Loki. Um, I don't even think Scappa tried, but he was hinting at Loki's devil fruit and what it does, and I think they got annoyed with him at that point, and they stopped caring about what he said. Yeah, do you know the kind of power Loki wields? Even if there's a chance of him running amok, have you thought how many casualties will? And then that's all we got. So Scappa was gonna tell Luffy, Zoro, and Nami what his devil fruit was if they had wanted to listen. But Oda was like, we don't want them to know. We want them to be as surprised as anybody else, and Luffy is going to be able to take care of it. Um, what they don't know is that he's injured now. So even if he was at his peak physical form, Luffy is easily taking him because he just got stabbed by a Cerberus and Shamrock. Like he got beat up by Gunko and then he got stabbed by Shamrock. So he is nowhere near 100%, and they need to free him sooner than later so he can actually heal. Um, I do want to know what kind of devil fruit it is, but clearly it's going to be hidden from us until he is freed and useful in some type of way where Loki has to use his devil fruit. So we definitely wait for that. That's gonna be a great tidbit. Um but just the warnings themselves by Scappa, like y'all, do y'all know who y'all ready to unleash? Like, are you sure? And by him challenging Luffy at the end, I'm pretty sure that's his own way of making sure, like, okay, can I really trust y'all? And I really trust y'all because if y'all can put hands on me, I'm sure y'all can put hands on Loki. So maybe that's what this is. Even though I'm pretty sure he already trusts Luffy through and through just by what Shanks has told him, possibly Rayleigh has told him, and what the Straw Hat itself just says to people who have been around it. Um, but yeah, he goes through all type of lengths to make sure that they want to do they want to free Loki. Loki is going to be under the pirate, the Straw Hat banner. Outbath might be, because what's going to happen to Outbath if things go as south as they seem to be going? If the God Knights really capture these giant children or find a way to kidnap them, and Luffy whoops their ass into freedom, He, you can't deny him nothing. Him and Shank's going on that island forever. And if Usopp is the one that saves him, oh my Oda, it's just a chance to really like goat people forever on this island, and then there's never be a question about them ever again. So that's really cool to see coming into fruition. Um, but yeah, like I said, it's actually a short chapter. I can go ahead and talk about the mural a little bit more. Um, because the mural is still what has thrown everybody into a loop about One Piece anyway. Oda strategically did not give us more Harley text on more of the mural in this chapter. I think he was aware that this would take our attention and our minds away from everything else that's going on in the story. Just to put my thoughts out there, um, there's some things that are very nuanced. We're not going to be able to figure it out. I only think that Robin is going to be the person that helps us as the reader really figure out what's going on. But just from looking at this mural, I think everyone on this left side of Treasure Tree, Adam, Yggdrasil, the Eve Tree, if that is the Eve Tree, we don't actually even know. We're just assuming. Everybody's assuming. So don't sit there and say, "Oh yeah, you're wrong." Hey, this is an assumption. Just educated guess at this point. So I want to say everything on the left side of the mural is the Straw Hat Grand Fleet fighting. Oh, that's gonna catch the people off guard. To me, they're fighting Blackbeard, the two that's supposed to meet. As much as people wanted to say Eam and Emu, I've actually seen Blackbeard swallow up a son. I can't ignore that fact. And if Luffy's awakening is like this, I can only imagine what Teach's awakening is going to be. There's a reason he wanted that darkness fruit. There's a reason. So the darkness are going against the sun god. It only makes sense. Now we don't have much information about Emu or whatever transformation that we saw, but what we saw wasn't this figure. That's me. We didn't see that figure. This is a completely different figure. Now, if it had like the little cloud sash behind it showing that it was awakened, cool. But I don't think everybody gets that when they awaken. What if Blackbeard's devil fruit turns him into this type of creature? It's always something to think about. And here's my other thing that always confused me, and please, this boat right underneath of this figure holding the sun or the mother flame. Last time I checked, the celestial dragons don't fight. So the fact that I keep seeing like posters and images and saying, "Oh, these are celestial dragons," they don't fight. What are they doing in the war? They don't fight. Unless it was God Knights, okay, I can understand that. But they have on helmets of some sort. And I'm supposed to believe they celestial dragons ready to scrap? They not fighting. They lived the lavish lives so they didn't have to fight. It's not them. I just can't buy it. So I believe almost everybody down here, except for that boat, is the Straw Hat Grand Fleet in its totality. Everybody that's affiliated and down with flying under Luffy's banner. If Luffy was ever to like be in that big of a trouble, they all coming. This right side, I think this is a totally different story because one thing I'm noticing is that it's separated. Like each side is separate, like two separate stories. I don't think it's all one story. Um, on this opposite side, this looks like the ancient king. Well, I want to say it's the ancient kingdom, but what else? It's like a factory almost. And there's only one real factory that we know of. This could also be Marriage Wall, but at the same time, we wasn't able to see all the inner workings of Marriage Wall. But you saw that it was like in slavery, they had people walking for that little platform to move when they show reverie. But I only have the conclusion that this might be another depiction of what has happened in the past. And it's yeah, this side is just more confusing than all the other sides. It seems like whatever is falling from the sky is what is being loaded into these buildings, so to speak. But this side is just more so. It's so much going on, and I honestly feel like Oda gave us the slap and tickle because he knew we would go into a frenzy as soon as we saw this and not be able to explain it in totality. He said, "I can give y'all the information, but y'all just not gonna know what to do with it." And that's what this is. The Harley text. We can decipher some of the Harley text, in my opinion. Even with like people saying like the earth is engulfed in flame. People don't know that sometimes when they mention flame, they don't actually mean fire. Flame can just literally be turmoil. So the earth is engulfed in flame. That can also mean the earth is engulfed in war or tough times. It doesn't actually have to be fire. People taking some of these things a little bit too literal. Um, the Forbidden Star. It can mean a multitude of things. Now, I do like the idea that the Forbidden Star is the Mother Flame. I like that because the Mother Flame is one thing that has been hard to recreate, that has been around clearly, but it hasn't been back since Vegapunk started working on it. And this kind of reminds me of what happened to, like, what happened to Vegapunk. And the hearts of men burn with desire. He had a desire for knowledge. They reached for the Forbidden Star. He started working on a sustainable power source. That's to me that fit 1 to 1. From whispered prayers, the sun god rose. The sun god just appeared. Now, the prayers part from whispered prayers, this can also be people talking about being saved or sun god coming back. It could be a million different things that this is relating to. But I like that it's kind of that part is kind of simple if you ask me. Backed by the enslaved. So the people that were enslaved really desperately need a sun god. The god of the land was enraged. Now, I think people are taking the god of the land too seriously as well. God of the land, it can easily be the king or whoever sat on the throne. At that time, the person that sat on the throne was enraged with a serpent of fire that could easily just mean somebody with ill intentions, with the intent to destroy. They would cast the world into ruin. That could be somebody that's appointed to destroy the world or appointed to like really mess up the status quo. They would not meet again. So you can easily say just from the first world, that the sun god and that serpent of fire were the two things that would not meet again. Clearly, with the serpent of fire and the god of the sun god, they cast the world into ruin. Darkness fell, death reigned. This seems like to me war. War. Ooh. I don't see how that relates to the mirror in any way. And I back off of that. Unless this is another depiction of what happens over here on this left side. Ooh. And I said that the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, but whoever is companions or people that are affiliated with Joy Boy, Sun God Nika, that's who I think all of these people are. That is the people that fly under the Sun banner. All the people that fly under the sun banner, all of these people, if you ask me. The second world, a breath stirred in the abyss. I talked about this. I'm starting to think that a breath is more so like something that is passed down for ages. And even in this chapter, 1139, Scalper tells Nami that rumors are meant to be spread. And I kind of think that's meant in the second world text. A breath stirred in the abyss. It was a rumor. A rumor. The god of the forest. I think people taking that a little too literally as well. Summit is devils. The god of the forest. Summit is devils. That could just be the cultivation of giant lands or world anomalies, so to speak. So, like, correct me if I'm wrong. You don't get knock up streams all over, right? Would you consider that type of like random natural event as normal, or you would see it as like a devil, like something out of the ordinary? So that knock up stream can be one. Um, the red line can be one. These things to me can exist and kind of fit with the forest summit as devils. The Djibouti archipelago, like it could have been that, but I don't want to be too literal in all of this because this is like the whole point of why I say why Oda said I gave us the slap and tickle. We don't know, but he gave us a little something. We're going crazy over it. Those are the half moon and the full moon's dreamed. Yet the ones who slew the sun deified themselves, invoking the wrath of the sea god they would not meet again. However, they slew the sun god. Well, however, they slew the sun, literally put the world underwater in my eyes. That's what that reads to me. However they made it happen, from what I believe, they used ancient weapons to flood the world and get rid of Sun God. This third one, I think this is the meeting of the two people who never have met, but are willing to destroy the world if they need to. To me, I think this is the prophecy of the Sun God and the God of the Moon, or the God of the Night, to meet each other again. Blackbeard and Luffy. They have already met, but they haven't really actually met in their full capacity. And that's what I think this is leading up to. Eam, not so much. I feel like Eam has some other competitors, but when it comes down to one person fighting Blackbeard, it's gotta be Luffy. It's gotta be Luffy. But thank y'all for sticking around for me spitballing yet again. Wait for some shorts. We're gonna do it all. So we got a break week. So I'm gonna be hitting y'all with shorts pretty soon so we can really theorize everything that has been going on. But thank y'all for tuning in. Please like and subscribe.